At my father's funeral, my sister-in-law grabbed the microphone and announced herself queen of a $600 million empire. She smiled. She waited for applause. She thought the crown was hers. Then my dead father laughed. Not metaphorically. Not spiritually. A real laugh booming through cathedral speakers. Coming from his coffin. And in that moment my brother realized something terrible. This wasn't a funeral. It was a public execution. Before we go any further, if you've ever been underestimated, ignored, or treated like background labor while someone else took the credit, hit like, subscribe, and settle in. Because this story isn't about inheritance. It's about who actually earned the power. And trust me, the ending is surgical. The silence inside that Chicago cathedral wasn't peaceful. It was heavy. The kind that presses down on your lungs, makes every breath feel like a decision. Marble columns. Gold trim. Executives in tailored black suits whispering stock numbers instead of prayers. This wasn't just a funeral. It was a shareholder meeting in mourning clothes. My father, Adam Vance, built a logistics empire from nothing. Rail yards, shipping routes, diesel grit. $600 million of infrastructure and discipline. And today everyone important was here. Everyone except grief. Because my sister-in-law Samantha didn't come to mourn. She came to collect. Before the priest could finish his final prayer, she stepped forward, heels clicking against stone like a countdown timer. He snatched the microphone. No tremble. No respect. Just hunger. I think Adam would want us to look forward, she said smoothly. And with that, I'm proud to announce my husband, Zachary, as the new CEO of the Vance Group. She smiled. White. Expectant. She was waiting for applause. What she got instead was a laugh. A dry, unmistakable chuckle. Echoing through the cathedral speakers. Coming from my father's coffin. To understand why my father laughed from the grave, you have to rewind 10 minutes. Because while I stood in the front pew, hands folded, eyes dry, Zachary and Samantha were working the room. This was their Met Gala. Zachary shook hands with board members like he already owned them. Samantha pointed at stained glass windows, whispering about how they'd look from the executive suite. They looked at me like furniture. Zachary leaned over, adjusting a tie worth more than my rent. Don't worry, Jessica, he whispered. We'll find a spot for you in the basement. Someone needs to handle paperwork while the adults run the show. A smirk. A dismissal. He called me a glorified secretary. I didn't react. No tears. No anger. Just something cold settling behind my ribs. Across the aisle, Peter, my father's chief of staff for 40 years, caught my eye. He held a small remote control. I gave him a single nod. That was the signal. Peter stood up, walked calmly to the back of the cathedral, and locked the doors. The deadbolt clicked loud enough to echo. People turned, confused. Then Peter raised the remote and hit play. Film projector scene 4, The Dead Speak. The projector flickered to life. Not childhood photos. Not fishing trips. My father sat at his desk staring straight into the lens. Not warm. Not gentle. Focused. Like he was about to fire someone. That laugh played again. Zachary froze. My father spoke. Zachary. The room went still. You've spent the last 10 years waiting for me to die. A spreadsheet appeared beside him. Red numbers. Failures. Nightclubs. Car businesses. Brand consultants. Millions burned. I wasn't spoiling you, my father said calmly. I was testing you. The truth landed like a hammer. Every dollar Zachary wasted had been documented. The screen zoomed in on a contract. Zachary's signature. Bold. Careless. Those weren't gifts, my father said. They were loans. A clause highlighted. Debt exceeding $6 million forfeits all inheritance and voting rights. Gasps rippled through the cathedral. Then the final reveal. A bank transfer. $6,200,000. Sender, Jessica Vance. You didn't inherit this company, my father said softly. You sold it. And your sister bought it. Samantha turned to Zachary. Her expression collapsed. No sympathy. Just disgust. She shoved him. You lied to me. Zachary stumbled toward me. Fretting. Small. This is a joke, he pleaded. We're family. I handed him an envelope. Termination papers. Effective immediately. And inside, I added calmly, is your repayment schedule. Peter had already deactivated his access. The board checked their watches. The meeting was over. Outside, the air felt lighter. Peter opened the car door for me. As we passed the distribution center, I didn't feel burdened anymore. I felt grounded. Ownership does that. My phone buzzed. Samantha filed for divorce. I blocked Zachary's number. That night, I slept. Antagonists publicly exposed. Power reclaimed through earned equity. No yelling. No chaos. Just precision. The most satisfying revenge isn't loud. It's irrefutable. People think power comes from titles. It doesn't. It comes from competence, consistency, and respect. My brother had the name. I had the ledger. If you believe leadership is earned, not inherited, hit that like button. Tell me in the comments, did Zachary get what he deserved? Or would you have forgiven the debt? And don't forget to subscribe for more stories where karma keeps receipts.